Grillz here, and today we're talking turkey. It's that season again, and time where family and friends come together. And for the last 6 or 7 years, I've been deep frying my turkey, and I will deep fry one this year. Everybody loves deep fried turkey, but I hadn't smoked one in quite some time. So today we're going to smoke a turkey for Thanksgiving. It's going to be around a 14-pound bird. I'll go through all the particulars during the cooking video, but I'm really excited about it because instead of just putting it whole on the grill, we're going to spatchcock this turkey. So this, of course, is this is going to be the one I deep fry. And I have this one. I've spatchcocked this one. I've already brined it, and it's been sitting drying out. The skin has been drying out in the refrigerator for 24 hours. So I'll share this with you, what the process was to get this turkey to this point. And it's going to go on the Weber Summit charcoal grill, cook about 3.5 hours at between 300 and 325. So we're going to get this bird here seasoned up, and the other bird, we'll get this one nice and deep fried and get it ready. We got the peanut oil outside already, and both of these need to get injected. So I'm going to start going through those processes. I'll be filming this and showing you guys clips on what we got going on here. I'm going to do the deep fried turkey, but more so than that, I'm very excited about putting on the smoked turkey on the Weber Summit because it'll be about my 4th cook since owning this grill, and I've already done a pork shoulder, which I thought came out amazing. So this is going to be no different. I'm very confident, and it's Turkey Day. You can't mess up Turkey Day, so come on, smoke turkey.
So here's the ingredients for the brine. What we started with was first 1 cup of kosher salt, 1 cup of brown sugar, 64 ounces of apple juice, 4 large oranges quartered, so we had 16 pieces of orange, 2 stalks of celery, and the magic really comes in with us stuffing the turkey with fresh basil, 4 stems, fresh oregano, 4 stems, and fresh rosemary, 4 stems. That stayed inside of the turkey, and then the turkey itself was submerged into that solution after the solution had boiled and cooled down on the stove. We poured all that into a large freezer Ziploc bag, wrapped it up tightly, and put it in a cooler to set for 24 hours. Okay, so now the brining process is completed. Next thing we do is we take the turkey out of the brine, rinse it off a little bit, cut the spine out, and then by taking the spine out, that's when the spatchcock, or what they call spatchcock, some people call it butterfly, that's when that comes into play. What that is only removing the spine, then you push the turkey down and put it flat. Now the flatness, all of a sudden now, what you get now is more even cooking. Things cook evenly and it gets done around the same time. After that, you'll see that we put it on a cooking sheet and from there into the refrigerator for another 24 hours. So as you can see, it takes a lot of preparation when you are trying to make the perfect turkey. You need to have patience. You need to plan and do things at the right time, pull it out at the right time, and make sure that you take and follow all the steps. Okay, let's talk about seasoning time. So first up, we spray with a canola oil, and you go generous on this. You don't have to be stingy. Plenty of canola oil on the turkey. It acts as a binder, and with that, we're able to put our seasonings and everything on, and it sticks good. And some cooks, people use mustard and stuff like that, but we're using canola oil. And next, as you can see, we're putting on the AP rub. This is a rub that's just a mixture of salt, pepper, and garlic. And it's another product that I've supported in the past from Malcolm Reed, whose channel is How to Barbecue Right. Okay, so again, this is the foundation, if you will, for building your base of flavors on your turkey. After that, you'll see that I'm adding now the mix. This mix here is a mix of herbs, and all I'm doing now is I'm putting those on the outside of the bird, and I'm going generous on those as well. So again, I added water to basil, I had tarragon, I had oregano, and I stirred all that up and made it a paste. And that's what you see me adding to the turkey right there. So trying to put it in all the little nooks and crannies and make sure that it's on there really, really well. And this is, again, another layer. So again, you're talking about foundations. This is the next foundation to the turkey. Okay, next step up is turning the bird over. We're going to season it exactly the way we did on the other side. So with the AP rub, and then we did the same thing with our spices. So now it's injection time. Okay, with our injection, we're using a Creole butter. So all I did was I transferred it into another cup because you don't want contamination. And I'm using my injector tool. And the most important part here is to make sure you're starting at your breast and you're just squirting in multiple areas. So in the breast, I like to hit the breast at least 3 or 4 times in different parts, as you can see, and make sure to get it in there because that's just more built-in flavor. And from there, we do the other side. So I'm doing the exact same thing, shooting it about 3 or 4 times in the breast. Now, you can also shoot it in the thighs, you can do it in the wings. I mean, it's your preference, right? You know, you're the master of your bird. Okay, so what we have here is 3 chunks of pecan and 1 chunk of apple. So that we've already got the coals to ash over. Now I'm adding the diffuser plate. So the diffuser plate makes sure that the turkey itself doesn't get any direct heat. Everything is coming indirect. So if you look to the left and right, you'll see the smoke coming from the sides, which means it will not directly burn your food. The smoke will just kind of like a tunnel or a funnel, if you will. It'll just move around it and it'll do more convection type cooking. So what we're doing now, as you can see, is we're adding our drip pans. So this task here, I used 2 drip pans because I wanted to try to make sure to keep my grill as clean as possible during this cook. So these are 2 9 by 13 inch drip pans that I've put in place to make sure that as it drips, it goes into the drip pan. No need to add water to these drip pans like you may do on a low and slow with a brisket or something of that nature, because remember, we've already injected. First off, we've also brined for 24 hours. So we did a 24-hour brine. This thing is so moist inside, it doesn't need any water. So next we're adding our grill grate, and then we're going to add our insert to the grill grate, as you can see here. Now what I'm putting right here, there are so many more attachments I'll show you later that can that's a part of this grill. So that's just the next thing. So as you can see now, we are actually up to our temperature. It shows on the grill right now that the temperature is at 375. That's the reason I keep the digital thermometers, because the thermometers that come with the grill, sometimes they can be off quite a bit. Not saying that this one is really bad, but about 20 to 25 degrees is what I've seen as far as the swing goes. So here we are. We have our grill at the temp. It is time to add the star of the show. There is our turkey. I just moved it around a little bit. I wanted to make sure it was in place where I wanted it to go. And as you can see, she's looking good. She's ready to show out for Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving morning, and I want to say it was around 8 p.m. So I'm thinking this cook will be done. A great thumbs up in about 2.5 hours, 3 hours max. So we'll close the lid and get back to you in a second. Alright, here's a status update. We are about 45 minutes into this cook, and I wanted to share with you on how it's looking. As you can see, she is browning up beautifully. The smoke, again, not hitting it directly, it's just making it brown very, very nicely. So next thing we're going to do is add more cooking spray. You may say, why? Well, the reason for the cooking spray is it's actually twofold. One, to continue to add moisture to the turkey, but more so than that is to make sure that it stays golden brown. So the cooking spray allows it to stay brown and keeps it from getting that dark black harsh smoke or dark look that you get sometimes when you smoke things, where it just comes out black. By continuing to spray the cooking spray, it stays golden brown. It actually gets more crunch to it, so you have a crunchier skin, and which ends up with a better looking and a better tasting bird. So what you see me doing now is I'm adding my probe thermometer, And this here I've added right into the thickest part of the breast, and now we'll start monitoring. What we're looking for is an internal temperature in the breast of 165 degrees. When we get to that point, our turkey is done. Okay, so here's the next update. We are now 2 hours into the cook, and as you can see, she is browning up beautifully. The skin is getting crunchier, and we're going to hit it with a little bit more of the cooking spray. Now, again, this is 2 hours into the cook, and as you can see, it is the same golden brown color. And right now, the internal temperature is about 145 degrees. So we have about 20 more degrees to go. I just want to baby this thing. Like I said, you can't mess up Thanksgiving turkey. Nobody will ever forgive you. So I will not be that person who does that. So that's what you see me doing right now. That is a cooking spray. It's a Crisco cooking spray that I got from Walmart. Okay, we are now 2.5 hours into the cook, and the breast is right at 160 degrees. Taking a couple of shots to show people at work. But as you can see, hasn't changed at all as far as the color. Still golden brown. We'll close the lid back up and let it continue to do its magic. Okay, total time of 3 hours, and this bird is done. I'm going to take it out and get it on the cutting board, take it in, and let you see how it looks. So as you can see, right where my finger is, look at the moisture. Look at the juices flowing out of there. It was so succulent, and of course it didn't last long. I mean, everybody came over and enjoyed it. You can see I pointed there again, and look at the juices. Just phenomenal turkey. This recipe is a no-brainer. If you like what we're doing here, I appreciate it if you would subscribe to D-Ski Grillz. I thank you so much for your time and hope that you come back and visit my channel again. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, everybody.